Mm-hmm. 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 Go,
Let's go.
man, surprise traders. How are
I wake
we
up.
doing today? We just recorded a 19-minute long video, but regardless, we're coming back at you guys because you guys have earned your daily upload. I was scrolling through the comment section, check your work. Unable to hear, but still, woo from Kyle. So I love and appreciate you guys all. We're going to be going over ticker symbol AMC, GameStop, and the broader market, how it is applicable to our meme stock thesis going into risk on season, right? So slap the subscribe button. I'm the second time I'm making this today, so like the freaking crud out of it, and let's get straight into the video, y'all. AMC seen an inverted hammer candle and actually coming off of 2 days red on consolidated volume, right? So you saw lesser and lesser volume each of these days. Seeing a pretty big rejection candle of 9% yesterday, but we kind of had this feeling that you would come all the way back to this trend line that you have established from this bottom, right? That's exactly what you've done, right? So on this, you're slightly beneath it, and you're actually slightly beneath the 4-hour, 9-day EMA. So you want to see this thing regain its strength and show some bullish price action here, right? You have yet to see volume really step in for either bulls or bears, as you've seen rejection candles last 2 days on low volume. It's going to be important to see what you do over the next 24 hours to really get a good handle on what AMC and GameStop's going to do. But on the bright side, right, for the macro of this chart, you could take a zoom out, right, take a little peeky weeky with me on AMC. You've successfully broken the May-June squeeze resistance trend line, right? You zoom in here and you've broken it. You've seen nice volume and you're actually overbought on the RSI, coming back into regular price after being overbought, or the bull zone as we coin it, after seeing rejection of this golden trend line. Now, this golden trend line is pretty significant, guys. We're going to zoom out all the way so you can see the technical importance of this trend line resurfacing after being old support, right? Support. You lost it here, rejection, and it was pretty much threading a needle on these rejections, guys. Back a year ago in May of 2025, right? You saw rejection here, peaked outside of it, and then the massive rejection brings you all the way back to where you are today, right? And so I think there's some technical significance. If you break this trend line, guys, you're going to get a little crazy. But what you're doing today is you're holding strength. And I wanted to warn you guys, right? Because this is an entirely honest channel. I'm not going to ever go bull endlessly. I think there is a point where you have to take a consolidative breather here. And what I want to see from AMC is I want to see bullish strength. You need to hold these levels, specifically 154, if you want this, or potentially 145, right? If you want this to be a shoulder, head, right shoulder with a slightly higher right shoulder, you need to hold this strength, because when you zoom out here, traders, I have a horizontal trend line on every single time in the past that you've been overbought on the RSI, right? Let's go through it. You have overbought territory, you lost the RSI band, and then you fizzled out on price, right? You're seeing that? You just lost the RSI band. So what I don't want is a sizzle out of price all the way into these gaps. Although you would still be bullish, you're losing the current structure that could put in a macro bottom formation on AMC. You go back here to May of 2024, right? You saw this big squeeze up after passing the daily RSI band, right? You lost it and you kind of flirted with it. Eventually you lost it altogether. Going all the way back, right? 2023 July, you lost this and you fell off a freaking cliff, right? And this example goes on and on and on. You had a pennant here back in 22, you lost it, and that's when the bearish momentum really stepped in, right? You slid all the way down. Same thing here, bullish momentum, lost the RSI band, and you saw 5%, 9%, 3%, a long stretch down. And that's what broke you out of this pennant, right? So you want to see the bulls hold control that they've just gained over the past month, right? Absolutely nasty, stupid price action going up, boom candles, 108.9%. the most bullish scenario is one of these, right? Flag out. That would be best case scenario. And when you zoom out on Webull, I like to use Webull for the moving averages specifically. We're going to go to the weekly. It looks amazing. I could not be more grateful to see this kind of price action, right? On the weekly, you have 3 white soldiers formation, guys. If I go to 3 white soldiers candlestick formation, for those who are new, 3 white soldiers is the exact same thing we called on Neo. And although sometimes you'll see you need consolidative candles afterwards, right? There's oftentimes a point in which this is just your bottom. And I do believe that to be true for AMC. I don't believe you will go lower than 93 cents. If it happens, we'll evaluate when it happens, right? But this kind of bullish price action, 3 white soldiers with 3 rising volume candles on the weekly, guys, looks phenomenal. So if you print 1 red week on teeny weeny little volume, guys, I'm not worried at all. The problem lies when you see this kind of ramp up in volume like you saw during January's bearish sell-off. That's the problem, right? And the beautiful thing is, going into this 3 rising volume bars where price went ballistic, you saw 3 decreasing volume bars in the weekly. That showed us that the volume was able to step in for the bulls and that the bottom was near. And it was, right? It was. So that's what we're watching for on AMC. On the macro, there still is the X factor that is the quarterly MACD that could potentially break you out of this longer term falling wedge for AMC. This quarterly MACD is literally inches away from crossing. We could see that as soon as August, right? Last time you saw that, you saw a 400 back-to-back candle quarters, right? That's huge. Half a year in just boom, 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 like boom, boom candles, right? That's what we want to see on AMC. We want to see the fundamentals change the story because you're really seeing debt being restructured, come down, and top-line sales still grow, costs come down. So that's going to be the success story if AMC is to turn around fundamentally. Not even just a squeeze play, right? You could be a fundamental turnaround story. On the weekly, not really much else to cover, but on the daily for AMC, and stay with me now because we're going to get into GameStop soon, but I would be doing a disservice if I did not show you how freaking close you are to the 200-day EMA, guys. You're printing a daily inverted hammer, and you are only 22% away from the most important technical landmark on this entire stock, right? The 200-day EMA. Look at the way that the 50 is now curling up. You have not had this kind of momentum since back here, and it wasn't even close, right? You tapped the 200, rejected, but the 50 has never been this aggressive. So even if, right, you lose all these levels, you come back to the 50 and you bounce, that to me is going to tell me that the bulls are in control, guys, and the best is yet to come. Because if you get above the 200, the story changes, right? The macro flips. This will be the most beautiful opportunity since February 1st of 2021 when you saw a golden cross on the daily. You had gamma, 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 and then squeeze, right? Speaking of a daily golden cross, we're going to get into GameStop, right? For all of the OGs who know about the golden cross on this channel, we have been watching the golden cross on this stock, particularly GameStop, for a long, long time. And the fact that you have set up the way you have, right, on GameStop looks freaking phenomenal, up 4.3% on the day, seeing a falling wedge breakout, a flag pennant breakout. And the most beautiful thing on GameStop is you saw a retest of your flag formation before you broke the previous high, right? Your previous high on this local formation was 25.49. Today you're trading 25.52. So this is officially, right, a breakout of this range. Your next resistance will come around 25.80. And if you break that, guys, you are green, right? You are clear to fly to 28, in my opinion. What I'm watching for as well, though, off of this breakout are 2 things, right? 2 things, and stick with me. I'm watching this potential profit target of the flag breakout, taking the flagpole, sticking it on top of the retest, and that gives you a potential profit target of 3104, right? That's not only are you filling your $28 gap, you're filling your $30 gap and getting above a tremendously stubborn horizontal resistance. As you can see, it rejected you back here in October, knifed beneath it back here in June, rejection, and the volume and the candles that come in once you break this, guys, every single time has been tremendous. So the fact that you have that opportunity on GameStop without any roaring kitty, this is a purely fundamental and beautiful chart playing out here. So it's a great sign. But what I want to see from the bulls is I need this daily candle bar to freaking explode with volume. If this is truly a breakout, traders, and we're only halfway through the day, so you've already pretty much eclipsed your last day's volume halfway through the day, I believe there's an opportunity here to send this thing sky high. But you need this 8 days of trading downwards in volume, right? The volume spring or compression has been coiled, and you need to see it come today. If you don't, there's a high opportunity for the shorts to send this thing back down, and nobody wants that because unlike your previous rallies on GameStop, this rally in particular has the golden freaking cross, guys, officially following through, and we have not had that since 2024, since back here, traders. This was our only rally in which we saw a tremendous follow-through, golden cross, a retest of the 50, and then a 180% move, right? You had a death cross here. You failed. You got the cross. You failed to hold it. You got the cross. You failed to hold it. And this is the first time, traders, where you've held elevated prices above the 200. That is significant. So this is my speech to you guys now. Do your own due diligence. Look at the chart. And be patient, because patience pays. Not financial advice, right? I wanted to talk about GME on the monthly as well. As you see significant signs of a breakout here. Seeing on the monthly chart, candle wick, consolidation underneath. And then this is your first peaky, weaky candle on the monthly chart, breaking out of this pennant formation on GME, or whatever the hell this is, right? You also had significant consolidation on the RSI, getting back above the RSI band for the first time since back here in March, when you saw this thing go from 20 up to 36. And then also for the first time, guys, since back in 2024, you saw the same thing happen back in 2020, right? So every single time you have seen a significant break above this resistance band on the monthly, you've seen significant moves. And so given that, right, given we get back above 28, fill that gap, the world of opportunities open up for GME, right? You have a couple different scenarios in which you could see resistance at these two twin peaks here from June or from 2021, and then also from 2024. That would land somewhere between $40 to $42, depending on where you tap it, right? But also, right, we have a very well-known significant upright resistance trend that we had from back in 2024, right? So even if we come back to test that, there's a strong possibility that if we break above that, traders, that we're going to Pluto. Like, that's an actual opportunity to fill this gap at 72. Now, those are the two resistances that I'm worried about. Of course, there will be many challenges along the way, but if you can see a catalyst give you the reason, my all-time gap on GME that I'm watching for is the $72 gap fill, make 'em holler, that you made back in June of 2021, guys. That is a huge opportunity for GameStop, as I think GameStop shares, in my opinion, are fundamentally undervalued. Not financial advice, of course. But the thing looks phenomenal. Beyond that, guys, we're going to talk about GameStop's monthly MACD. And boy, is it exciting, because you have not seen the monthly, these are the warrants. We'll get into that in just 1 second. Just give me a second. But the GME MACD, guys, has seen 2 crosses in the last 6 years. This is where it gets genuinely exciting, right? You saw a cross back here in May of 2024, where you saw a almost 800% move in 1 month. You saw a cross on the MACD on the monthly back here at 74 cents before you ran all the way to 120. Those are the last 2 crosses in the last 6 years, guys. You are about to get a cross on the MACD that could send you into this $40 territory. It sounds crazy, but I'm genuinely in belief that this is possible if you see the follow through from the broader market. So that's why it's important to our thesis, right? That IWM is seeing all-time highs, guys. Not only are you seeing all-time highs, you're freaking springing a cup and handle on the macro, right? We're going to go to the weekly here because it makes it a lot more obvious. Horizontal top, cup, handle, retest, right? And you're seeing all-time highs at 279. This is the exact same thing that happened in our last run. So the fact that that is happening now when IWM is seeing the bullish momentum that it is so encouraging, guys. It genuinely is. Because you need the market to go your way. If you're going to see the broader market squeeze like you're seeing in stocks like CAR, right? These kinds of run-ups, although I think you're cooked now that you've seen a big rejection off of this previous resistance and support, you're seeing these kinds of moves in the market that happened very, very, very similarly to 2020, right? This was 2020 into 2021. You're seeing these same moves, right? CAR, BlackBerry, AMC, right? These absolutely crazy squeeze moves. This is not a coincidence, in my opinion, as the economy looks to get a little bit more risk on with liquidity. So that is my broader thesis on AMC and GameStop. We're going to cover the GME warrants, and then we're going to wrap it up for you guys. But I promise, my man, only in paradise, we will cover these freaking warrants. That's what we're doing. If you guys have found value so far, please, it would mean a lot to me, especially second video on the day after the whole muted thing. Slap the subscribe button, hit the like button. I am here for you guys, and I appreciate all the support y'all have been giving me. Genuinely, it means a lot. So on the GME warrants, you have a pitch perfect head and shoulders, even when you look at the volume profile, right? You see a big capitulation volume in the start of the left shoulder. You see it run dry towards the drawdown of the head, and then volume spike at the head. You then saw volume ramp up into the green part of the shoulder, and now you saw 1, 2, 3 days in a row of decreasing compression in the volume profile. You then saw a breakout on the daily time frame and a bounce off the 200, guys. This is a bullish setup for the GME warrants to potentially find an inverted head and shoulders price target of 450, baby. So if you break that, you're also breaking a significant downtrend in resistance and reclaiming your support, guys. That would be huge for the GME warrants and potentially take you up to that $5 make 'em holler target and getting you back into this compression trend, right? Of the rising wedge. What happens once you're up here? God knows, right? Nobody knows. But that is what it's looking like on the GME warrants. You had a daily MACD cross, which is good for the bulls to see a sign of life here and potentially liquidity to pump you back above this significant area of resistance. So the GME warrants honestly look pretty good. You're about to get a cross in the 4-hour as well, and the 9 is about to cross through the 50. So that bodes me well for the short-term time frame. So all in all, guys, I want to say thank you if you made it through this video, because this is the second video. If you guys took the time to click on 2 of them after seeing the muted video, I love you. Remember, guys, God bless each and every single one of you and your families. And remember, the best is yet to come, traders. I'm excited for the future. Let's go.